are those whose way is
It's a big word. Good job.
who walk in the way.
Today's video is in partnership with Anna Vance Paper Co. And you guys know I love her products. So instead of doing an overview of her site, I decided that today I'm gonna unbox everything I got for next school year. So stay tuned to the end of this video for a complete unboxing of all of the Anna Vance products that I have for our next school year. It's my first official purchase for next year. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? How is everybody hanging in there? It has been a little while since I picked up the vlogging camera, which I feel like is my best opportunity to have some like real chat. I think there's a little echo in here, I'm sorry. I just moved all the furniture so I could mop, or so the Roomba could run while I was in the shower, and then I'm gonna mop in a little bit. So that echo won't be here for the whole video. But yeah, it is Friday. Today is our Fun Friday, which the blessing of being at home is that we've actually been doing Fun Friday. It's probably been since just before Christmas time up until March that we really didn't fully do our Fun Fridays, and the kids still asked every Friday, but I was just getting to the point of depletion by Fridays and just would call the day almost every single week. So I'm really enjoying this opportunity to get back into the rhythm of the things that I've deemed important and yet chuck most often. So the way we've been doing Fun Friday for the last 3 weeks has been, I let the kids just play until 10 or 11, which is their favorite part. You know, they love not having to start morning basket right away, not having to start school. They of course still do their morning routine. And then I clean until about that point. That gives me a little bit of sanity before we head into the weekend because John's still working. So he is, you know, home with us on the weekends, and we like to maximize that time together. So then around 11, we'll start with logic. I'll put a video up here for my normally how we do Fun Friday if you guys want to see the order. It's not exactly the same right now, but the plan at the beginning of the school year was to do everything in order, but that's not how we've been doing it right now. So we've been doing logic and then tea time. I'm excited to show you guys our tea time because it's really special this time, and it was a total surprise and such a blessing, and I think it would encourage some of you guys to maybe do the same for your friends. And then Bella has a Zoom dance class, so I'm just gonna let the boys do some Legos during that time, and then we're gonna do some quilling. And that's pretty much all we have on the agenda today. Hopefully we'll be able to get to our yellow spot sun lesson as well. If not, I might have them do a week of yellow spot sun next week to kind of catch up where we're at, which is perfect because her curriculum is designed. It can be used on a Monday through Friday basis as well, so it wouldn't be overwhelming. And I think the kids would really enjoy getting to do that daily because they love those lessons. So that is what is on the agenda today. It's actually 11:30. My house is still a mess. So I woke up and cleaned. I told the kids 10 was when we were gonna start school, and then I told them 11 because I started to see that I had a lot to do. Dishes, floors, random stuff, tidbits. We actually left the house for the first time yesterday. The state of Florida put in their official like stay at home or safer at home order, much to everyone's surprise because our governor was pretty adamant that it was not something he was going to do. But for the majority of us, I think we've all been staying home regardless. But because that order officially started this morning at midnight, we were going to go do this thing where you egg your friends, and it's essentially you just go hide 12 Easter eggs in their yard, you leave one empty to represent the tomb, and like do ding dong ditch, say you've been egged. And I thought that would be a fun way for our kids to interact with their friends without actually like, social distancing is hard for kids. And so I'm not gonna get them together at all and assume that they're gonna stay 6 feet apart. Annabeth has rheumatoid arthritis. One of my kids just had surgery. There's too many risk factors for us to go out in public at all. So we've been home for 3 weeks now. But on Tuesday, For some reason, Jesse had it in his head that we only had to stay home until this past Tuesday. So on Tuesday, he was like, yes, we can go see our friends tomorrow. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know why he thought that was the day. I think he might have heard on the news 2 weeks ago that we had 2 weeks or something. And so he was counting down the days. And so when I told him, I'm really sorry, buddy, but if this is in effect now for at least the next 30 days, he really was heartbroken. And it's not often that he kind of tells me how he's feeling. So that was a big move for him. And so I immediately thought, okay, we need to do something, whether it's FaceTiming friends or something more than what we've been doing, because we have been FaceTiming friends a lot. So then I thought, I've always wanted to do that egging. I've seen it, but we're always super busy in the spring, and the silver lining in all of this right now is that we're not busy at all. And so I immediately put in a Target order and an Amazon order for some things, and we picked 10 of our friends to egg. We were gonna do it Saturday morning because we knew it would take a few hours, and this was on Tuesday. Wednesday, our governor said that it was gonna start Friday morning, so I thought, well, I wanna be respectful of the orders, even though I know they're not enforcing them, which is, you know, kind of a bummer, but I still wanted to respect the order. Even though we weren't gonna be in contact with people, we really shouldn't be leaving the house unless it's essential. We actually haven't been doing that anyway, but case in point, I wanted to respect the new boundaries that the government is placing. And so we decided to go out last night and do the egging last night, just before the order went in at midnight. So because of that, it felt a little weird to be out. It's the first time we've all been in the car. It was like, I felt kind of dizzy that we were driving because it was just like a different sensory thing, because we haven't done that in a while. And so we went out last night, and we did do a pickup of Chick-fil-A, brought it home. That made a mess on its own because we didn't get home until like 8:30. And so then there were like messes everywhere. Everybody had a bad night. Everyone was really thirsty all night long, kept getting up for drinks because we had Chick-fil-A. So obviously all that sodium is a little different. So anyway, long story long, I cleaned a lot this morning, have a little bit more cleaning to do yet, but I'm going to switch gears because we're going to enjoy a tea time, going to do some logic, and I thought it would be fun to take you guys along. So let me know in the comments below how you guys are doing. I'm very much looking forward to the weekend. This is our third weekend home. The first weekend was a struggle because the undoing of your normal takes some time. Last weekend, by Thursday, I was just like so excited for the weekend because I get used to things very quickly, and I'm very much used to being home now. So that was such a fun weekend. And so same thing, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. John and I are just really relishing in this time with our kids. And so I'm very much looking forward to the weekend. So what is one thing, I guess you'll be watching this Monday, what is one thing last weekend that you really, really enjoyed? What is the silver lining that you guys are finding right now? So yes, let's go. Let's do some fun homeschooling together today. Annabeth, you are looking so cute today. What are you doing? What are you gonna tell the kids? It's time for what? Not snack. It's time to get your logic books. Okay, go tell them. All right, let's see here, Eli. Eli's doing Mindbenders level 1, and it says, a girl, a boy, and a cat all live in different houses. Use the clues and the chart to find each one's house. The cat's house has the fewest windows. So Eli, is fewest the most or the least?
The least.
The least. So the cat's house has the fewest windows. So that's a Y. So that means the other houses are a no for the cat, right? Also, if this house is the cat's, can this house be the boy or the girl's house?
No.
No. Oh. Oh boy, okay. Next, the girl's house has one more window than the cat's house. So the girl's house has one more window. And so if that's the girl's house, can that be the boy's house as well?
What?
If this is the girl's house, can it be the boy's house? Oops, you did it again. Oops. Okay, and so what does that mean? Which one's the boys' house? Good job. All right, let's go to the next one. Got herself, what'd you get yourself, Anna?
Calico critters.
You got calico critters, and what are you eating? Did I say you could have a popsicle?
No.
No, you're just 3 and you do what you want, right? You look really cute today. I'm just letting my hair dry, and hopefully I will blow dry it in a little bit. I needed to do something to like, I'm not wearing normal clothes. I'm still just wearing like athleisure every day, but I'm like, at least wash and dry your hair today. So I'm waiting for that. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you our tea time. The kids just finished a couple logic pages and I'm gonna check it in a little bit. But the plan today, I did a Walmart order. Yes, ma'am? All right, sorry about that. So what I was saying was the plan today was just this rainbow chip cake. I have like thrown all caution to the wind on my grocery orders. I've just gotten stuff we don't usually get. And it's brought us a little bit of joy. I know I'm not gonna take the heat on it being emotional eating or whatever. I just think any little bright spots in the day are well worth it right now. And so I was gonna make this for the kids this week for tea time. But yesterday, as we were leaving to go start our egging, we had friends drive past us and they were like bringing us a surprise too. And so they called to see if we were staying, you know, how long we were gonna be out of the house. And I thought, oh, I wonder if they're egging us too. But they brought us something really, really special, and I immediately came home and stuck it in my oven to hide it from the kids so that we could enjoy a really special tea time today. So I'm gonna show you what that is. I thought it was really, really special and a really good idea. So let me show you it. Okay, look at how sweet this is. I'm covering up their last name here. They brought us a Corin tea time, and they even brought like a little poetry tea time. Let me see if there's anything that gives away names or anything in here. Okay, no, just some special Easter poems, and they even put in a menu here in our little bag, but it's got names on it, and the tea. And so let me personally check out the menu here and tell you what's going on here. So we've got vanilla dipped lemon Oreo bunnies, hot cross buns, butterscotch nest with chocolate eggs, vanilla pretzel chick and bunny, strawberry marshmallow cross, and wild berry lemonade tea. And I literally could have cried yesterday, and the little plates and everything. It just felt so, it was such a bright spot in our week to get this from our friends. I thought it was so unique and thoughtful, and I know it took them a lot of time, and so I wanted to make it special even though I totally wanted to dig in right away. So we tucked this away in the oven, and John is only working a couple of blocks away. He's actually working at my mom's house right now. He is doing some construction on her patio through his business. So he is just a couple of blocks away, and he might be joining us for lunch. If not, we're gonna save a little bit for him. I'm gonna make this a whole lunch. I'm going to put out some veggies and maybe a little bit of like cheese and crackers for the kids. And we are just going to enjoy this tea time. It was such a blessing, and so I wanted to share in case any of you guys are this creative, although I think I might have like the most creative friends on the planet, obviously, as you can see here. But it was such a blessing to us, and we are really looking forward to this little tea time together. Okay, we are all set up. Look how sweet this is. I didn't really realize how, I think most often like we don't allow ourselves to feel sad because we think about how much worse other people have it, and that's usually what I resort to mentally. And it's a good habit, obviously, like fortitude. It's what our habit is right now in homeschool. But then sometimes you can just be so, I don't know, you can be so unaware of your needs that it's not healthy anymore. And this has really highlighted just how sad I've been because we got this, and as I was setting it up, I know it sounds crazy and I feel silly and vulnerable sharing this, but I could not help but be choked up while I was setting this up because this really did make me feel so loved and thought of. So that's why I'm sharing it, just because I feel like it's an opportunity to be honest and tell you guys how I'm feeling in my heart. Yes, there's a lot of silver linings to this. I am really loving the extra time with my kids, but I'm sad. I think I'm more of a social butterfly than I recognized, and I miss our people and our activities, and more than anything, our fellowship. Excuse my dog who's gonna scratch himself right next to me, but I have a solid group of friends, and they are edifying and uplifting, and I really, really miss our sacred time together right now. Whoa, what do you guys think?
I'm going for one. Those are one of the cross.
Isn't this amazing, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and sit down, and I will go over the menu and tell you which of each of your friends made each thing. All right, guys, okay. Ella is doing her ballet class now. It's gonna take an hour. You guys have an hour to do Legos in your room with one catch. You each have to build me 3 different things. 3 different things from each of you. You're gonna write a story about the 3 things you build me. All 3 things have to be in the story.
I can't do that.
Build 3 things with Legos. Build 3 things with Legos. And then write me a story using all 3 of those things, okay? No, Annie, no. Do you miss Miss Ashley too? Yeah. Okay, we just pulled out some quilling projects that the kids started on last week. They're just quilling some Easter cards here. And actually, I'm not having Eli work on it today because as we've been doing this throughout the year and my older kids have gotten efficient, sometimes he gets really discouraged. And last week it ended poorly for him. And so I'm giving him a little break, and then I'll probably work on it with him separately where he doesn't feel like he's kind of, you know, not quite up to where the big kids are. So is this one Eli's?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is as far as he got last week, and then he got really discouraged because the kids got so much further. So I'm gonna work with him separately, and it really, you know, the handcrafts are great, but at the cost of their relationship with us is not. So for kindergarten, he sits in with us, but sometimes it's just not a good experience. So they're gonna do this for a half an hour. The plan was to do this, and I was gonna take them outside to do that chalk mosaic thing, and then play a game with them to wrap up the day, but their dad just called. Let me flip you around. Their dad just called, and like I said, he's just working down the road, working on my mom's new patio, and he is tiling right now, and he thought the kids might like to help him with the grout lines or sponging the grout, something like that. And he is big about giving them all the experience in the contracting trade that he can. As a matter of fact, I've mentioned before, like he wants our kids to intern or apprentice, whatever, as they get into high school. And so he has like got all these plans for how that's gonna work. But he wants to come pick up our older kids and go do that. So I told him, could you just give me like a half an hour for them to at least finish this part of school? And then he's going to go pick them up. They miss their grandma so bad. And so I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad that they're gonna be out in her yard but can't actually go in the house or see her. Hopefully it'll be a good experience. So he's gonna take them to go do that in about a half an hour, and then I will just do a little bit of playtime with Annie and cleaning up and setting up for the weekend. An extra hand. So now you're putting some glue on there? Mm-hmm. Okay. You got it?
Oh, good.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so the kids just left with John. Look at how my bookshelves, look how messed up they are. Oh my gosh. We have been doing school like pretty good over the last couple of weeks. So usually that would frustrate me, but right now I'm like, look at all the school we've done. Okay, so this is the game that we were supposed to play in school today before this opportunity came up for the kids to go work with John. So we will save this for the weekend. We also got Sushi Go last week, and the kids and John and I played that Sunday night. We played it, I don't know, from like 6 to 7 or so, and then they started getting ready for bed. And then they went to bed, and John and I started playing it at 9, and we literally stayed up till almost midnight playing. It's so lame, but like how much we love that game, but we had so much fun. So one of the things that I'm looking most forward to this weekend is playing Sushi Go. But I also just got this game and we haven't played it yet, and this is one that I really wanted to play this week in school. So maybe we'll play it this weekend as well. And so since we're not playing that right now, and Annie and Eli want to play a game still, Eli chose not to go with John. We are going to break this out, which is another thing I just recently purchased. I've been doing a lot of Amazon orders for educational or just any activities really. I figured, I don't know if the homeschool convention is going to happen this year now, because it's just a few weeks after our current, you know, quarantine is issued till. So we'll see if it's gonna happen or not, but I figured these are all the types of things that I usually go for because I already know what curriculum we'll use. So, but you'll see in a couple of days here all the stuff I've been buying on Amazon. I think that's the next, it's not the next video going up. This is going up Monday. I think it's going up on Thursday, my Amazon haul for the month. So you guys will see all that there, but I think I'm gonna sit down and play this with them for now. Anything to avoid cleaning up from all the messes we made today. And then we're just doing a super easy dinner tonight, just a frozen pizza, and then we're gonna watch The Chosen. That is a show that my Bible study group has been talking a lot about. Everyone's been enjoying it with their kids. They said it gives like a more enjoyable you know, picture of Jesus for kids than the super stoic, like not fun one that most movies portray. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna watch the first episode, and then John and I will make a decision from that point on whether or not we approve of it for the family, but that's what we're gonna watch tonight for movie night with that pizza. So let me go, and I'm just working on letter sound, or not letter sounds, but just beginning sounds, not letters specifically.
Mango.
No, what says That's, what is that?
Watermelon.
Oh, it says in your tummy. Yes, but that's not what it sounds like. Watermelon, right? So we're looking for Look at your pictures. What is that? What is that? Good job. Stick it in a cupcake. You got it. Okay, you get to have that cupcake. Next, this sound says p, p, p. What would say p, p, p? What is that?
Penguin.
Good job, babe. I'm just about to run the Roomba and start a super quick dinner. Like I said, it's a really quick dinner tonight. Just easy pizza, chopped salad kit. And then I'm gonna just do a mop of the living room. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but if you do, I started posting the 3 things on my Instagram stories, and I'm gonna do that each day. And one of my 3 things was mopping. The other one was playing a game with the kids, and the other was supervising flossing their teeth, because I honestly have like totally gone without doing that for like 2 weeks, which means they probably haven't flossed at all. So those are the 3 things, the 3 small details that I've focused on getting done today. So I need to mop. I will show you our yoga mat. We keep our yoga mats stacked over here in the corner, and everybody has one of their own. Nobody ever puts them away properly, but it's fine. It's behind our mop right now, which is convenient because I have to mop. But we use these really plush, like thick, I think they're pretty cheap at Walmart actually, I think. These are what we use for family movie nights, and the kids just roll these out on the floor and eat their dinner on them. And then, you know, if we need to spray them down and wipe them down, it's so much easier than actually cleaning up the floor after pizza night. And then like these are what we actually use for working out. So I'm gonna mop so that they're not sitting on a dirty floor, and then roll these out for them for movie night, and then we will have pizza movie night. That's it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and say my formal goodbye now. I'm sure I'll film little clips of movie night here yet. But thank you for hanging out with me today. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys like day in the lives. I know this was super casual day in the life. We We didn't do much school, but Fun Friday is good for that. I just really enjoy whatever we're doing on Fridays together. It's really kind of like a healing experience for me, no matter how our actual academic week went, we always look forward to Fridays when we do the fun enrichment Fridays together. And it's very much a together day, everything we're doing together. So yes, we didn't even read today. We didn't even go outside today for the most part. So it was a pretty chill day. Okay, Annie actually wanted to say the goodbye today. So, what, you want to say anything about our day today?
No, Mommy, say that again.
Say goodbye again. Say thanks for hanging out with us.
No, I said do that again.
Okay.
That you were doing.
Okay, all right guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked this. And we will see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I promised you the unboxing and here it is. I'm going to put a link below to Anna's shop. If there's ever a time to support small business, now is that time. And if you are a homeschooler, I know you guys are going to love what she has to offer. So the first thing that I'm unboxing here are the Esther Companion Journals, and I bought one of these for each of my older students. And these are neat because there's a table of contents and each page is numbered, so your kids can complete their schoolwork, any narrations or any copy work or anything like that that you are doing in your school, and then you can go back and write in the table of contents where that can be found. This is a great one book option to keep the majority of their schoolwork in, and I'm really excited to have this for my kids next year. The next thing that I'm showing you are the Rebecca narration journals. Now I chose the top bound variation of this, which I happen to really like. Each one of these has space for them to write their narrations as well as do an illustration. And for each of my older two kids, I did the college ruled, I did college ruled for Isabella, wide ruled for Jessie, and then I did early writer lines for Eli. And then for Annabeth, she's not really going to be doing narration for a few years yet, but I figured she might want to do something with the older kids. So I did college ruled so I could write them for her, and then she can just do any illustrations that she wants to do. The next thing that I'm sharing, you guys have already seen in my Easter video, but I wanted to show you again because this is part of this order. These are the magnetic bookmarks. I got a set for each of us, including my husband and myself, and this is for our Bibles. That's how we're going to use them. And I also got these Bible tabs in different colors. They're all beautiful light colors, but I thought everybody would want their own color. And I'm really looking forward to going through and working on these with the kids as well, setting up their new Bibles. The next package I opened had my Lessons in Faith notebook and the kids' math notebooks. So for the math notebooks, there were two different grid sizes you could buy for the pages. I went with the larger one just because my kids are younger and still writing pretty big. So this will help keep them organized when they're doing their math independently and they need some scrap paper. And then the Lessons in Faith notebook, I really love this journal. This is for sermon notes or when you're listening to podcasts or anything faith-based. I really like how this is laid out, and this actually was going to be for myself for next year, but because we are homebound right now and doing so many online sermons and things like that right now, I decided to go ahead and start using it now. The next thing I opened here was the Sarah Art Journals. Now, these are what I'm going to use next year as our nature journals. We have new nature journals every single year. And this one I love so much because she has a lot of different Bible verse options available on her website, or you can customize your own. So I customized one of them because I wanted to do a verse that she didn't have included on there. Now, for most of my kids, I did mixed media paper, but then for Annabeth's, I just did premium white paper because she won't be using watercolors and she might need more pages. So the mixed media paper is a little heavier and you get less paper, and then the premium white paper, you get more paper. So that's why I went with that for her. Next, I am showing the Book of Centuries. Now, I did have to cross out my family's last name and my brother's family's last name because I also got one of these as a gift for my brother for their homeschool. My brother's family does classical conversation, so even though they're not necessarily a Charlotte Mason family, a Book of Centuries still serves their family well. And so I was really excited to have this beautiful heirloom type of Book of Centuries. I know that this is one we will write in for years to come and reference back to often. And I think this, like everything she does, is so beautifully done. And this is something that will be a cherished and treasured part of our homeschool. And then you guys, how beautiful are these? She just brought back these 365 nature findings and 365 days with God journals. These are beautiful. I cannot wait to use these. I actually got a set for John and I as well because I know that we'll really enjoy doing these on our own, not even with our kids, but just on our own. So I chose this layout. There's another layout with more horizontal lines, which you can find on her website. Again, I'll link that below, but I kind of liked these more square blocks to paint or write in, and they're so beautiful. They're stitched, they're gorgeous, and this is going to be something that both my husband and I and our kids will really enjoy working on throughout the next year. Thank you so much, Anna, for sending these to my family. Your work is a beautiful and bright part of our homeschool. Your craftsmanship and your attention to detail are beautiful, and you really honestly bless every family who gets your products in their home. So thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Guys, make sure you go check out her website. Her stuff is absolutely beautiful. There's so much more than what I showed you today. This is just stuff we'll be using in our homeschool next year. You guys will see a lot of this again as we start gearing up for our next school year.